Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the Mahabharata, India's epic tale of war, betrayal, and divine power. Subscribe now and dive into the Mahabharata like never before.
Episode 3 Childhood Rivalries. Bhim poisoned, lessons in arms. The halls of Hastinapur echoed with the sounds of childhood laughter, but behind that laughter brewed seeds of rivalry destined to shape the future of Bharat. The princes, the 100 Kauravas, and the 5 Pandavas grew together under the watchful eyes of the elders, learning scriptures, discipline, and the code of kingship. Yet, even in their tender years, jealousy and envy cast long shadows. Among the Pandavas, Bhim stood out from the very beginning. Strong as a lion cub, fearless as a storm, Bhim was the one who won every game, every wrestle, and every race. If there was a contest, he would emerge triumphant. His mighty arms lifted children two at a time. His feet outran even the swiftest, and his laughter rang victorious. To the Pandavas, he was their shield and joy. But to Duryodhan, Bhim was a living wound of his pride. Every defeat cut deeper into Duryodhan's heart. Each time Bhim mocked him in playful banter or wrestled him to the ground before the others. Duryodhan's humiliation grew. Slowly, playfulness gave way to resentment, and resentment hardened into hatred. One day, as Bhim once again bested him in wrestling, Duryodhan lay in the dust, gasping with rage. He clenched his face and swore silently, "I will destroy Bhim. The Pandavas must not rise above me." Soon, opportunity came in the form of a feast. With honored words, Duryodhan pretended friendship. "Brother Bhim," he said, "why should we quarrel? Let us eat together. What are games between kin?" Bhim, honest at heart, unsuspecting of deceit, agreed readily. The banquet was lavish. Plates of delicacies, cups of milk, and sweets and wine flowed in plenty. But hidden in Bhim's food was poison, slow yet deadly. Trusting his cousins, Bhim ate heartily. Before long, his vision blurred, his body grew heavy, and darkness swallowed him. Seizing the moment, Duryodhan and a few trusted allies dragged the unconscious Bhim to the riverbank. With ruthless intent, they bounded him with vines and hurled him into the deep waters of the Ganga. The current carried Bhim away, his body sinking into the silent embrace of the river. But fate had other plans. Bhim's unconscious form descended into the river underwater realm of the Nagas, the serpent spirits of the river. There, the mighty king Vasuki recognized the boy, for Bhim was no ordinary child. He was the grandson of Kunti, who herself belonged to a lineage touched by the Nagas. Moved by kinship, the Nagas revived him. They fed him cups of Amrit, the nectar of immortality. With each draught, Bhim's body grew stronger, his sinews harder, his bone unbreakable. By the time he opened his eyes, his strength equaled that of 1,000 elephants. When Bhim finally returned to the surface days later, the Pandavas were overjoyed. They had mourned him, believed him lost, yet here he stood, stronger than ever. Though Bhim did not speak of what had happened, he now knew his destiny was protected by divine hands. Duryodhan, meanwhile, watched his concealed rage. His plot had failed, and Bhim had returned more powerful than before. Soon after, the time came for the princes to begin formal education in arms. At first, they learned under the wise Kripacharya. Under his guidance, they studied archery, swordsmanship, charioting, and the sacred laws of kingship. Each child tried to outdo the other. Bhim excelled in strength, Yudhishthir in wisdom, Nakul and Sahadev in swordplay and horse riding. Yet it was Arjun who shone brightest. Where others practiced for hours, Arjun practiced through the night. Where others grew tired, his focus only sharpened. Whether in archery, spear throwing, or combat on horseback, Arjun's discipline set him apart. Even Kripacharya noticed, praising Arjun often in court. This favoritism did not escape Duryodhan. If Bhim's strength was a thorn, Arjun's skill was another. The fire of envy within him blazed hotter. Then came the day when the princes met their new teacher, the legendary master Dronacharya. With his arrival, the rivalry deepened further, for Drona's heart recognized Arjun's dedication, and soon the master declared him his most beloved pupil. Bhim's survival from poisoning and Arjun's rise in skill marked the two shining pillars of the Pandavas' destiny. In contrast, Duryodhan's envy hardened into vengeance. Thus, in the innocent years of childhood, the seeds of Kurukshetra's war were already being sown through rivalry, envy, and the first taste of betrayal. So, the moral of the story is that strength without vigilance invites envy. Discipline and focus surpass even natural gifts. Hatred born in childhood, if unchecked, can destroy families and kingdoms.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And for more stories like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one with another twist, another tale, and another truth. Bye bye, see you very soon.